Hello, and welcome to this week's episode of the In My Era podcast. What is up, you guys? This week, we're going to talk about all of the things that I don't like to talk about because they don't sound positive. Okay? Because usually when I come on here, I'm like, how can I be positive? How can I be happy? How can I spread a positive message? Right? And then if I ever think a negative thought, I'm like, fuck, I have to disprove that thought and make it positive. But this week I've been feeling angsty and angry, which just isn't me. So I thought, instead of trying to act like it doesn't exist, how about we just deep dive into all of the negative things that I usually don't like to talk about, right? Let's just switch it up. I would like to start off by saying that I literally just recorded an episode, and then 20 minutes in, I decided that I fucking hated it. So, we're starting it off strong. We're starting it off really, really, really quite strong. This week, I was so angry. Probably the most angry I've ever been in my entire life. And not for any reason. No one really did anything to me this week. Nothing really happened. I was just angry. I'm gonna lean back a little bit. I was an angry girl. And I hate being angry because it feels unproductive. I feel like sadness feels productive for me because you can create so much out of sadness. But I feel like anger does not creatively inspire me. Maybe it helps my workouts be better, but that's about it. Yeah. I went to this jam sesh. I was nervous there because I was out of my comfort zone, and there were people there that scared me and made me uncomfortable, and this guy cornered me in the hallway, and I literally kicked into fight or flight so fast that I just freaked the fuck out. Internally. Externally, I was like, bye, I'm leaving. But internally, I was like, screaming, crying, running around in circles. Okay, so then I left the jam sesh. I went and I bought myself a McFlurry. What goes together like mental instability and ice cream, right? Nothing. There's no combo quite like it. So got myself ice cream, and then I felt worse. Because ice cream generally does not make me feel good. It's just sugar and dairy. It doesn't sit very well usually. So then I was in a bad mood because I was like, wait, I was in a bad mood, and then I got ice cream and trying to make me feel better, and now I feel worse. Right? And then somebody was in my parking spot when I got home, and I was seeing red. I was so pissed off. I was like, all I want to do right now is go into my room and fucking anger cry. Have you ever gotten to the point where you're so angry that you just can't help but cry? That's how I felt. And then I was getting more angry because I was like, I hate being this person who's angry and then just gets angrier. I was to a level of anger that I have never been in my entire life. And then I was upset at myself for it, which made it worse. It was just, if there's ever a time where you don't want to see me, it's in one of those moments. Because I just, have no patience for absolutely anything. I think I walked inside, I looked at my roommate, and I was like, I'm putting myself to bed. I'm in a horrible mood. And then I just went to bed. Right? And then I woke up this morning in a shitty mood, in a lack mentality. I was just like, I don't want to do this today. I don't want to be here. Blah, blah, blah. Whine, right? And I hate that because I hate being negative. I want to be happy. I want to feel good. I want to be a good person to people. I want to inspire people. Not really a ray of sunshine. Now, am I right now? I feel better now after my workout, but even then, I still don't feel like I'm 100% back to my normal self. And it's interesting because the truth of the matter is there's really nothing that I have to be angry about besides little things like, oh my god, someone's in my parking spot. My tummy hurts. A guy creeped me out. Okay. Nothing that serious. But it feels important to be able to give it space. Because sometimes I think I come on here and I'm like, okay guys, fucking use your mindset to make things positive, and we're gonna get one step better. And yes, I think that that's true, and overall that's the end goal. But I think that sometimes it is just so important to sit with your feelings. And I have a hard time doing that because, like I said, I like to make feelings productive. I mean, hey, I'm basically doing that right now. I'm making my anger productive because we're making this into an episode. But I think that it's important to embrace the versions of yourself that you don't like. I don't like angry Haley. I don't like complainy, whiny Haley. I don't like her. She's like so bothersome. But I love her because she is a part of me. It's a part of the reality is I'm not going to be happy all the time. I'm not going to be in a great mood. Sometimes I'm going to have moments where I yell at someone to get out of my parking spot. Am I proud about it? No, actually. I'm not. Definitely not. But all we can do is feel the feelings, let it be, and work through it. Because if we suppress it, if we try to act not angry, that doesn't make the anger go away. It just puts it deeper down inside here, and then it just comes out subconsciously in little ways, which is really problematic. So feel your feelings, you guys. Feel your feelings. Okay, now that we've had this little explanation of why I'm angry, blah, 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 how I feel about it, let's talk about some things that I don't like, okay? Things that I just don't like. And yes, I can try and positively reframe them and think about it, but I just don't even want to do that right now. Like, let's just list them. What do I not like? Shrimp. I do not like shrimp. Shrimp is disgusting, in my opinion. I tried it again last week, and, like, did I hate it? No. But would I eat it for fun? No. Never. Seriously, never. Like, shrimp tempura in sushi is fine, because it has, like, a different texture. But shrimp as itself is just, like, ugh. It's just gross. Also, they kind of look like seahorses. You know how, like, a seahorse tail kind of curls up? And so, like, the idea of eating that grosses me out because I really like seahorses. Tangent, but here we are. What else do I not like? I hate hair appointments. I fucking hate it. My hair is difficult. It's like fine hair, but I have a lot of it. And so it tangles so easily. And so my hair appointments take forever. And I swear, I think half of my hair appointment is just the hair lady trying to brush through my hair after they, like, bleach it and tone it because it dries it out that the knots get insane. I avoid hair appointments at all costs. Like, I will grow out my roots to the furthest point possible before I go sit back in that chair because I don't like it. Same with nail appointments. There's something about sitting still, probably the ADHD, that I just don't like. I don't like it. I avoid it. I don't want to do it. But I also don't want to be a brunette. So sometimes it has to be done. That being said, I hate paying for haircuts when I go to get my hair colored. Because in my head, I'm like, I can cut my own hair. Like, it's really not that hard. You just kind of, like, snip a little bit off here and there, right? But what do you mean I'm going to pay $80 for you to cut the hairs off of my head? Like, that's annoying. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that at all. What else do I not like? Grocery shopping. Oh my God, you guys. I had to talk with my roommate about it this week. Because my roommate loves grocery shopping. And she was like, hey, like, if you want me to go grocery shopping for you, I can. And I was like, you might have to. I don't know what it is about the grocery store. It overwhelms me like no other. Like, it stresses me out. I go in there and I feel like I'm in everyone's way. Everyone's in my way. No one's, like, that kind to each other. And I never know what I want to eat. I hate it. And so my roommate was like, Haley, you get the most random stuff from the grocery store. And it's true, I do. Because I go in there and I get overwhelmed. Even if I go in there with a list, it doesn't really help. I don't like it. So I'll buy the bare minimum and then I'll have the most boring food at home. And then I'm just like, why did I do this to myself? I would love to have a personal chef. I was thinking to myself, I feel like my husband, if I decided to get married one day, I feel like he's going to have to be a really good cook. Because I don't think it's going to be me. I don't think it's going to be me, That being said, if I wanted to reframe my mindset around that, I know that I could. But that's not what this episode is about. This episode is literally just about talking about things I don't like. What else do I not like? Traffic. But who likes traffic? No one likes traffic. Ugh, I honestly don't really like sand that much, which is difficult because going to the beach is so fun. It's great to like lay down on your towel in the sand, or it's great to go for a swim in the ocean with your friends, and it's so, so, so fun. But I hate sand. It just makes me feel really, really, really dirty. And it's like you feel so dirty that I feel like one shower just isn't enough to make me feel clean. I feel like I need 2 showers to just get it all out because there's like sand in between your toes and like under your nails and fucking in your hair. Just sand everywhere. Sand in your ass crack. Like it isn't fun. It isn't fun and I don't like it. I used to avoid going to the beach actually because I hate sand so much and like the feeling of being dirty and like having things on my skin. I don't like it at all. At all. But, you know, I've kind of started to embrace it because now that I live like walking distance from the beach, I was like, you know what? YOLO. We're gonna get a little dirty. But overall, I don't like it. Oh, what else do I not like? When people ghost you. I literally don't like that so much. Or just like lack of communication. Because I'm someone who has really learned to become I would say, an effective communicator. And so if I don't like someone, generally, I will communicate that respectfully to them, but like just so that they're aware of it. But then when people like don't give me that same level of communication, I like lose all respect. I'm like, what do you mean you were going to talk to me for this amount of time and then just never speak to me ever again? And I actually haven't been ghosted in a really long time. I think because I haven't even been surrounding myself with the type of people who would ghost. But a lot of my friends will like get ghosted, and it makes me so angry because I'm like, what do you mean these guys can't communicate? And I know it goes both ways. I know girls also ghost guys. I really, really don't like it though. On that note, cheating. Oh my god. Oh my god, do I hate cheating. Do I fucking hate cheating. Emotional cheating, physical cheating, obviously, just all of it. I hate it. And I feel like I've seen it so much. It's like the more I grow up, the more that I realize that people like fucking micro cheat all the time. Or full on, full fledged. And that scares the living shit out of me. Because I'm like, how can anyone even be in a committed relationship? Because it's like, is anyone even committing? Like, are they? Because if you're in a committed relationship with someone for like 5 years, but you go to work and you flirt with your coworkers, yikes. That's a little bit eek. Or, I don't know, if you're like, I don't know, there's just cheating I can't get behind. And I think that comes down to the communication and like like just have the courage to communicate how you're feeling and the courage to like end a relationship if it needs to be ended, even if you don't feel ready. Because I don't know, it's just so weird to me. Ugh. Yeah. I hate cheating so deeply much. What else do I hate? I don't like getting gas. I don't know why. Guys, I will literally put off buying gas, I'm not kidding, to like the last 5 miles in my tank, which is horrifying. I remember I was talking to this guy and I was like, okay, I have 25 miles left in my tank according to my gas gauge. And the place that I'm going is 24 miles away. So theoretically, if I stop and get gas, like right by my work, then I should have enough gas to get there. And he was like, Haley, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Never trust your gas gauge. Just go get gas. And I was like, for sure I will. I didn't. I hate getting gas. I literally will put it off until the last moment. Humanly possible. So if you ever see me on the side of the road out of gas, you know why. It's my own fault because I don't like getting gas. You know, it's one of those things. What else do I not like? I don't like buying shoes because I feel like no matter how many shoes I have, they always just get dirty really fast. And so I'll buy a pair of shoes and then I'm like, why do I have so many pairs of shoes, but they're all like dirty? I don't know. Shopping in general, I actually don't really like because it just stresses me out when I go shopping, I have to know what I'm looking for, and then I go and I find that thing that I know that I'm looking for, and I'll buy it, and then I'll leave. I'm not the type of girl to just go to the mall and be like, okay, I'm gonna give myself a budget and see where the day takes me. Like, that's just not me. I don't like it at all. I wish I was that way. I wish I could fucking thrift shop. I don't have the mental capacity for that, though. Like, I just don't have the patience. I don't like touching things. I don't like being around people when I'm shopping. It feels really intimate. Why? I don't know. I don't know why that feels intimate. I don't really like brushing my teeth. Like, sometimes I like brushing my teeth. But overall, I'm like, oh, I have to go brush my teeth. And I used to be really, really bad at it. Like, I would barely brush my teeth. Disgusting. I know. And then I got a cavity. And since getting a cavity, I've actually been pretty good at brushing my teeth, thank God. My dad, shout out Dave, he got me an electric toothbrush, my guy, and it's made it a little bit easier, but I still don't really like it, because I feel like when you brush your teeth, you have to brush your tongue to the point in which you gag. Like, that's how I feel like how you know you're getting your tongue clean enough, is like if you're fucking almost throwing up. And then I'm like, ugh, you know how you feel when you gag? Like, it's all my own doing, but I don't really like it, you know? What else do I not like? I do not like doom scrolling on social media. It's awful. I don't like it. I don't like how it makes me feel. I don't like how when you get off your phone and you're like, am I in the world? What timeline is it? How old am I? How much time has passed? Like, am I even alive at all? Like, that's a scary feeling. I don't like it. And then sometimes I'll go on my phone and I'll be like, okay, I'm just going on my phone to check the weather, and then I'm getting off. Next thing I know, I'm on Pinterest and I'm creating a mood board for some random thing, you know? Ooh. I also don't like when people smile without their teeth like this. Like that fake smile that's like actually really cunty and you can tell they're really angry, but they're just like... My roommate does it all the time. But like when Megan does it, I think it's hilarious because it's usually not towards me. But yeah, I don't like when people do that. And like, you don't have to fake smile. If you're not happy, just don't smile. That's okay. We don't have to do that thing where we're like, good to see you. We don't have to say it, you know? Some things are just better left without doing anything. Like, why give any energy? Just don't do it at all, you know? I also hate when people are rude to customer service people. Like, I feel like I've gone on a couple dates with some guys and we'll be ordering and they'll just be so short and bland with the employee who's like taking our order, like the server, the waiter guy. They'll be like, hot dog, no relish. She'll have blah blah blah. And then I'm like, thank you so much. I feel like I have to overcompensate sometimes because I feel like if you're going out to a place and like you're interacting with wait staff, like I feel like you should be going above and beyond to be so fucking kind to them because they put up with insane shit. And maybe I just think that way because I've worked in customer service and I know how it is, but I really dislike when people are like short with those people. I think if you're not going above and beyond, then you're being mean, to be honest. And yeah, that's my opinion. I also don't like when you go to the doctor and then they try and make you get on a million medications. Like, it's so brutal. And it's tough because, like, my dad and my stepmom, they're both doctors. And I feel like sometimes I'll even talk to them and they'll be like, Haley, you should go on this medication. And I'm like, guys, why are you trying to medicate me? Let me live. Sometimes, this is not me at all bashing people who take medication or any medication or saying that you should stop taking it at all. No, I don't think that. I have myself been on medication for many, many things. Anyways, I'm more just saying, like, when you go to the doctor and they're like, how are you? And you're like, you know, like, past couple months have been hard, like, lost my job, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, you need antidepressants. Like, I feel like you could go to the doctor for absolutely anything and they'll be like, you need antidepressants, you need birth control, and you probably need Adderall. For anyone. I feel like it's always that way. And I'm not mad at the doctors for doing that because I know that that's just how they're trained. They're trained to just like give medications and they're not really trained to help you figure things out, but it just bothers me. I'm like, doctor, I came in here to get my flu shot and I'm leaving with insane doses of antidepressants and Adderall. Like, this is crazy. Like, this is wild, you know? And then I'm like, everyone's wondering why they're so unhappy. And I'm like, well, it's because you're not finding the root cause of the problem and figuring out how to solve this. You're just putting a Band-Aid over it, and then it's coming up still. Anyways, that's my rant there. I don't like wearing underwear. Maybe that's TMI, but I don't like it. It just, like, it makes me feel constricted, I guess, which is insane to say. Like, I will literally wear jeans and not wear underwear. I'll wear workout clothes, I'm not wearing underwear. If you have ever seen me, I'm probably not wearing underwear. I told my coworkers, I was like, I think I wear underwear, like, 3 days out of the whole month. I hate wearing underwear. Like, I'll wear underwear if I know I have to, like, obviously, like, change in front of someone or things like that. But otherwise, I don't really wear underwear because I don't like it. I do not fuck with it. I don't. I don't like when people are passive aggressive. I wish they would just be fully aggressive. Honestly. Like, don't be passive aggressive with me. Like, say it with your chest or don't say it at all. Like, I don't need the whole, you know, like, just be to the point. I think that comes back to the communication, though. I love a good communicator. I love communication. Because then there's no questions, and then it's just simple. And even if it hurts a lot less than fucking wondering, you know? Are they mad at me? Are they being passive aggressive? Just say it to my face, Jessica. Be real. I will understand if you're angry, trust me. I really don't care. Like, I will understand that. But passive aggressiveness, ugh, that's a one-way ticket to me being like, bye. Bye-bye. I will not deal with this. I cannot. I also just don't like when people, like, boss you around for no reason. I don't like that at all. Like, when someone's like, go do this, and you're like, ugh. Only because I feel like society naturally, it's like we have leaders and we have followers, and I think the people who are always, like, bossing you around are the people who are trying to be, like, forceful leaders, which just doesn't sit right with me because I am someone who's more receptive to, like, the quiet leaders who are like, oh, could you go do this? Yeah, I would love to do that for you, for sure. But if you tell me, hey, go do this, I'm going to be like, push the boundaries, do the opposite. Somebody tells me to do something, I usually do the opposite. That's what my stepmom says. And, like, we just keep things interesting out here, you know? I also don't like at the gym when people grunt. I don't like it. I don't like it because I'm like, why? I don't understand the point of it. Ooh, but wait, maybe I do. Because actually, like, sometimes I'll just be in my car and I'll yell. I'll be like, at the top of my lungs because it feels like good to, like, get it out. So maybe grunting is, like, how men get it out. But I don't really like it. It just makes me like, are we animals? Like, yes, we are animals. But I thought we were a little bit more evolved than grunting. About that? Oh, wait. Ugh. Something that I hate to an extreme level, obviously I just had a visceral reaction. Wetsuits. Ugh. I hate wetsuits. Because they make me feel so constricted, so confined. I just feel like my skin is yelling at me. It's upset. My whole body is just unhappy, which is tough because I love, like, surfing and going out into the water and being on a board, blah, 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 but I hate wearing a wetsuit. So I literally just won't surf or go out into the ocean, really, except in summer when the water is warm enough to just go out in a bathing suit because I hate wearing a wetsuit so much. I would rather be freezing my ass off than be in a wetsuit because then taking a wetsuit off and on. I've gone on a few dates, like, surfing with guys. Brother, you best believe all of the surfing dates I've been on except one, I've put my wetsuit on literally at home in my house by myself because it is such a fucking humbling experience for me to get this wetsuit on my body that I will not do it in front of someone. One time, I had to put my wetsuit on in front of someone and I wanted to die. It was probably one of the most vulnerable things I've done with someone. Like, that's more vulnerable than sex. Putting on a wetsuit with someone is more vulnerable. Like, I can't do it. And taking it off, oh, buddy. Because basically every time I take my wetsuit off, my bathing suit comes off. Like, at that point, we're just fucking naked. And I'm angry because I'm feeling so confined. And, like, I just need this thing off of my body. I do not like it. On that note, I also don't like carrying my own surfboard. I think I prefer to go surfing, like, with my guy friends or with boys in general, because, like, then they can carry it for me. I don't really like carrying it. I don't know. I don't love it. What else do I not love? Kind of a lot, actually. This has been a long-ass episode. I didn't know I had so much, like, angst, ranty, negative energy in me. Who would have thought? It feels great to get it out, though. I'm feeling so free. I don't like when you sit next to mostly men on airplanes and they fucking, like, sprawl. Like, they'll, like, put both their elbows out. They'll, like, spread their legs. They just take up so much fucking space. And then I feel like I have to be, like, tiny in my little seat. I hate that. Yeah. I also hate when people are rude to flight attendants. Comes back to customer service. Like, you should be going above and beyond. And if you're not going above and beyond, you're being mean. I also don't like using the bathroom on airplanes because every time I'm in the bathroom and, like, there's turbulence, I'm like, wow, I'm literally going to die on a fucking toilet right now. Like, one of my worst fears is having a plane crash while I'm going to the bathroom. Literally dying on a toilet. That's just awful. 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 Also, I don't like airport food. Any airport food I've ever had always makes my stomach upset. I don't know why we can't have healthier, cleaner, better options at airports. It's always like Panda Express or like the PGA Tour Grill or McDonald's and Starbucks. And it's just all so heavy and I don't like it. But I don't like bringing my own snacks. But I think that's something that's going to change with maturity. The older I get, I think the more snacks I bring on the airplane. Yeah. Any last thoughts? No, I think that's it for my little negative, schmegative rant, you guys. A reminder, all of your feelings are valid. It's okay to have times when you feel like a fucking negative Nancy. Like me this week. Yeah, it's all good. It'll pass. And if you want to change, you can. But also, it's okay to sometimes just embrace where you're at. Be where you are, because change is inevitable. Things are going to come up. Things are going to leave. Blah, blah, blah. I guess if you've made it this far, I'm grateful for you. I love you. Hopefully I said something that was silly, made you laugh. Hopefully. If not, that's okay. I will otherwise see you guys next week with hopefully more of a positive episode. So, I'll leave it there. Bye.